This is shocking. This was an actual video request I got, so kind of killing some time. Thought I'll do this up. So I can't match the comedy or the funniness or the clever or the work that MD and Sam Hyde do with mocking Kickstarter. It is hysterical. Highly suggest go check that out. If you donate to them, you get in and get to watch the full episodes. And since you get a free plug from me, Sam, please try not to shoot a mosque up this week. I know I'm asking a lot, but please give it at least a week after what you did in France today. That was pretty uncalled for. And if anybody follows MDA, they know what I'm doing. But the thing about it is I'm going to hit a little more on the economic side. I'm not going to try to make a joke out of this too much. I might have some fun. But obviously, they go into and cover just how ridiculous some of these claims are. The fact that these people are asking you for money and the Kickstarter or Patreon or something like that is a business plan. And they're just bottom tier. So I'm not going to go into that. What gets me is how it's not a giant red flag automatically when you see these things. What I mean by that is I've been working in small business most of my career and dealing with small business loans. Anything I've seen on Kickstarter, it's like, I wouldn't even bother to use it as toilet paper. There are some good things, there's some, and these people put it seriously, but it always makes me wonder. Apparently there's a very good track record overall with video games. There's some flops, obviously, but for some reason that niche works out very well. And I think I have theories why, but I'm not very into video games or anything like that, so I don't want to speculate too much. But with a lot of these things, you think about it, like, people make these bizarre, even if they have everything together, they have these things, and to me, automatically what I see, as someone who used to lend money as a living, thankfully it wasn't mine, but you see a lack of dedication. Like, someone will say, I need $2,000 for this project. It might be a great project, a little project, but this person's like 40 years old and they own a home. If you have that kind of dedication, that kind of thought, you have that kind of lifestyle, you look outside, and these things are all shot with like an iPhone 7, and you're just like, the money's there. You know the money's there. So where's your dedication to this project? I totally would get it. I'd rather spend other people's money than my own, but if I want to be taken seriously, go through a project and process like that, I want to show an investment into myself before I start looking for outward investors. If you're going to say, like, I'm going to build, I'm going to make a CD, you say, like, okay, look, this is what we're going to need, this is our game plan, I just bought these new pedals for my guitar, I bought a new guitar, I need this kind of money for it. And you do see that sometimes, but I'm obviously focusing on the more negatives. So it's just like that lack of dedication is a turn-off. And I think you should definitely see that as a red flag. These people are not throwing this stuff on their credit card. They're not hawking stuff at the pawn shop. They're not making that jump. It's just weird to me that you have to give it. I mean, I don't know. It seems like to not show that kind of dedication does automatically not turn people off. Like, what are you putting into this project? And it's not a lot. Obviously, they'd be doing labor if they do it. But I don't want to focus too much on the negative. It's just weird that people will think that you're actually going to do something when you just hand them a bunch of money and they don't really have much of a game plan. Even the ones that have the game plan, I still get a little leery when I don't see their effort. They're sitting there and they have their high-def camera that they're filming this on because obviously you want to advertise yourself the best as possible, but you're sitting there with a DSLR, your EOD5, and your 300 lens that was all glass, and you're like, yeah, well, I just wanted to make this look good. It's like, you could have done that with an iPhone 5, an iPhone 4, and produced 90% of the quality, and you could have said, like, this is, I took that extra $500 and put it into this, and I think that would have a lot better result. So it's just kind of weird that, like, people, the way it works, it's like that whole, I guess in a way crowdsourcing is the bottom tier of venture capitalism. I'm not against it. I think the idea itself is great. It just is obviously going to attract a lot of screw-ups because there's no entry level. There's no rules, regulations. Like, if you came to us and you had nothing, we wouldn't even let you in the door. We had people to vet before you talk to agents like myself. but there, you can just throw it up and beg, and hopefully someone will throw you cash. But that sign of dedication that you're not willing to invest in yourself or take that risk. And I just put up a video about bankruptcy itself, which is more like a moral thing. If you're not really willing to take a risk, I wouldn't suggest asking other people for money. Obviously, free money is great. Letting other people pay for your hobbies, that's really what it is. But I said I don't want to harp on those things too much because they do a lot. Sam does a lot better job mocking this stuff than I could ever attempt. So I kind of wanted to give anybody, if anybody has any interest in starting like a Kickstarter or something, I guess I'll give you like a quick idea. Put some money into yourself. Have a business plan. And if you don't know what a business plan is, Google it, figure it out, show it. Show an investment of yourself. If you want to make a book, show you have all the art ready. Show you have other stuff ready. Show you have a storyboard, things like that. It doesn't have to be an investment out of your pocket as much as it has to be an investment in. And you don't see that for some of them. If you want to make a CD or something, put out an unfinished track. Put out, look, or I'll even have this. I don't really know how to finish a song or to mix it the right way. So this is the song raw. This is my mixing. Now you see why I need a professional. Give people that incentive that says, like, I'm willing to put in, this is why I need what I need. Things like that, obviously, make some sensible numbers. Always, transparency is always a big plus. So I guess it's kind of gotten a little longer than I was expecting, but there's kind of how to build a successful Kickstarter. It's something I'm probably never going to need in my life. I don't know why I would. But just as someone who has worked and actually done this on a higher and a professional level, how to do it on a low level, I guess the rules would apply, whether you're on Shark Tank or you're talking to 300 idiots on the internet who are burning a PayPal card. So, yeah, that's about all I want to say. So, have a good one.